Greetings. So I am back. I have another message, and this message is in regards to any of you that are in doubt as to why your person or your divine person out there would want you, out of millions and billions of people out there, right? So I'm gonna make this a long story short. I'm gonna pull on this because I feel like this is gonna go into a reading instead of just like me just channeling or me just giving you this download that I've received. So the other night, as some of you guys know, if you guys are familiar with me and my channel and you guys hear me, I've said this thousands of times that when I'm in between states of like either going in between, like I'm about to fall asleep, but I'm still up a little bit, or I'm about to wake up, and I'm still kind of like sleep, if that makes sense. I channel heavily in that state because I mean, I'm pretty sure anybody would, right? Because you're like in between worlds, almost like spirit, physical realm, right? You're in that middle space. And in this middle space, I'm gonna call it, spirit was just like the download was so clear. Like sometimes I'd be like, am I crazy? But it was just too clear. When I hear these downloads and these messages, they be hitting like, even if I try to reject them. And I was trying to combat this message because I was like, okay, well, if a person, because the message that I was getting is that like basically I'm hearing it in this sense and apply it however you feel led to, because divine feminine, divine masculine energy, however you want to place it, but gender wise, it was a man. And I heard like my soul found its home in you, basically. And I'm paraphrasing because I didn't like the way that it came through wasn't exactly those exact words, but the energy was like that's what stuck, and that's what kept me remembering what was being said was basically I found my soul's mate, and I'm not looking for this elsewhere because I already found it. And the ego self is based off of the flesh, it's based off of experience, and it's based off of fears and all of these things, that is attached to the 3D, right? The soul is spirit. It's divine energy for the most part. Not everybody's soul is light, but the pure essence versus the flesh, the ego, the fears. So my ego kicks in and goes, well, what if you want this experience with somebody else? Like, yeah, you may feel this experience with one person, but what if you just want someone else? And that's the spirit of like comparison. That's the spirit of insecurities. And these are things that I've, been working through, to be transparent, just being honest. And as a human, we have these things, right? We deal with. And to combat that, the download was no, when my soul found who it wants, it found who it wants. It's not a matter of, oh, well, I didn't want it to be with this person. Let me go. That's the ego. If the ego goes, oh, well, this experience, I feel all of this, but why couldn't it be with someone else? Or it could be something, different. That's the ego fighting. The soul already knows. The soul is a higher intelligence. It has no influence of earthly things. It's greater than that. So your soul, your spirit, your that essence first, before you are a flesh being, before you came here being programmed and taught what, this is that and this isn't this. And, your soul already knows that like I said, it's a higher intelligence. So basically, the message is out of 8 billion point blah, blah, blah people in the world, nobody is better than you to the person that is for you. Like, this person has found their soul's home in you, and they're not looking outside of that. Once you find that thing, it doesn't matter what someone else has, what somebody else can do, what somebody looks like. None of that matters, because it's like my soul found it's that's it. The ego goes and says, oh, I'm not full enough, I gotta have this, I gotta have that, I need to sleep with a whole bunch of people, I need to, I need this type of person, and I need that. Like, the ego is searching for the flesh, the external thing. And for those of you that struggle to believe, and I keep getting messages like this, and I know that this message isn't just for me, because that type of intimate type of energy, I wouldn't share it because it sounds like I'm fucking crazy. Like, yeah, I just got this download and I heard like, no, I believe in like telepathy, telepathy, whatever, however you pronounce it. Wholeheartedly, I believe it. Like sometimes, like me being me, like being the Taurus woman that I am, like a textbook Taurus woman, I would say I have to have that level of practicality where it's like I need a sign or sign. Like I don't just want a sign or another sign. I need a sign or sign, spirit. Like I need you to confirm, confirmation, confirmational, confidential, whatever. I need all of that because yeah, I just need that security, okay? I need that groundedness. I need to touch grass, okay? And that other part of my chart is like, no, we're gonna go up to the up there to the ethers. You ready, bitch? Like put your seatbelt on, bitch, because I'm ready to go. And I'm just like, no, I'm not ready. The other part of me is like, we're not ready. So I just I had questions sometimes, but I'd be like, you know what? Like I know, like I be getting downloads from my divine masculine. I don't know, like we could try to put a face or we could just leave it alone. And it's either way it goes, like that um download was so clear, like freaking clear. So, and I know this isn't just for me, um, but yeah. So out of all these people in the world, those people don't amount to you. It's a soul thing. You have to take the ego out of it. You have to try to not um, have your flesh try to dictate a spiritual thing and try to make it make sense, because when you do that you're going to block out the beautiful experience and just being, you know. And if this is an attest to self-accept your, like, yeah, self-acceptance and self-love, really, to know that you are worthy of such love, or that someone could actually look at you as the moon and the stars. Like, why not, you know? Like, what's wrong? What's wrong with us when we be like, I just don't, why me? Like, what do you see in me? Like, it's a beautiful thing when someone is not looking at you only for the superficial thing. Like, you want someone that sees you for you, like beyond all of that. You know, maybe it's the opposite of where, like, for some of you it's not like where you feel like you're not enough. Maybe there's a part of you that thinks that you're too much, or you think that people just kind of pedestalize you so much that you don't feel like you're a human, or people make you like you're not a human, like you're just some Barbie doll or some Adonis or something, like you're not a human being. And to find someone that's like, no, I see beyond that, and it's just like, well, I don't get it. I don't understand. And then for some of you it's the opposite, where you feel like, oh, I'm just common, I'm just a plain, you know, blah blah blah. Like, you can have the Instagram models, you can have the IG baddies. What you want with me? Or like, you can have the, I don't know, for men, I don't know, you know, just place it where it resonates. Um, what would you like want in me? And it has nothing to do with that. And you could be a beautiful person still. Beauty is subjective, and there's so many different aspects of beautiful, like what makes a person beautiful physically and on the inside. And if we only just base it off of one thing, or just one dimensional thing, like, yeah, like there's people that don't see themselves. Like there's times where we might look at ourselves and just be like, I see this fucking face every day. I've been seeing this face for X amount of years since I've been on the planet. And yeah, like, okay, I'm not bad looking, but like, what's wrong with you? Let Love Win came out. Let me read this to you. It says, as the goddess of love, I will always advocate for the truth in your heart. The question is, if you do, now is the time to ask yourself if you are willing to let love win. Let your heart guide you and don't be afraid to love. Yeah, for some of you, it's like a fear that someone could actually truly love you for you. Because maybe, like I said, for some of you, you've been kind of treated like you're just some, you know, porcelain doll, like, you know, not a human being. And for some of you, just People have discarded you, have hurt you, rejected you, abused your heart, broken your heart, cheated on you, all different levels of pain. And Spirit recognizes that, that this has happened to you. But are you going to let love win? Because this love is like knocking at your door. And it's a beautiful experience because it's coming from the soul. It's like the opposite. Like you're villainizing the experience or demonizing it rather than seeing it for what it is. It's like, it's a beautiful thing that this person isn't just looking at you just because of X, Y, and Z, the superficial or the ego, the flesh. Look at this couple in this card. They're so cute in the Nine of Cups. This is a wish fulfillment. Like you two are wish. Let's put it this way. Really sit with this. If you have met your soul's mate, I'm saying soul's mate. I'm not talking about the labels of soulmate and twin flame. Like your soul's mate. Your soul has found its mate, the mate to your soul, however you want to word it. Imagine it, or if you're already experienced it, like how much of a blessing that is to really find that space and find that home. And it's like they're not looking at what you did in the past or what you think is a flaw. Like this person loves you through and through. Like they love you on a soul level. Like some people can't even fathom what that feels like, what that experience is like, what that looks like, what that is, period. Like you can't really put it into words. It's something that is incomprehensible. Like you can't even explain it. It's indescribable. So it's like, I don't care. Like if you've ever been in love before, you maximize that times a million, billion, trillion, gazillion. I don't know. times that, because it's like when you're in love with someone, like you don't really pay attention to all of the so-called flaws and the mistakes that they've made. It's like you just see them, you just love them. So with this, it's like it's a soul. It's like no one can replace you. Like you don't get it, you don't understand. Like you're looking at yourself from a mundane level, you're looking at yourself from a human level. I'm looking at you from the soul. That's what I'm getting from this. Like just saying that just makes me want to makes me want to cry. I almost did. I didn't. Spirit, you trying to no. No. Like this woman, she has all these arms, right? I think this is a Tara. Like, how they have the green Taras, they have the blue Taras, they have the different Taras. She has all these arms. It's like you're so multifaceted. You have so many layers to you. So, like, her eyes are closed. She's just being her. Like, she doesn't even know, like, she's just, that's you. Like, you're a balance. You have multiple layers to you. And that's what makes you beautiful. Like, y'all make each other happy. Like, it's like a divine, like, painting. Like, all the perfect colors, on this canvas. It's perfect. It's not just something that's just given to you and say, hey, this art piece is already finished, take it. It's like, no, it's something that the divine just created, like based off of, it's like the colors of like your aura or the colors of this person's aura on a canvas. It's just like, it's perfect, it's beautiful, it's unique. There's nothing else like it. There's nothing else like it. It's not, oh, the world. This is what I'm getting, like, because I have to be transparent because I feel like this is going to help someone. But for me, like, I'll compare myself and be like, okay, well, there's so many different types of women in the world. They have this going and they have that. And we're looking at it from a worldly standpoint of like archetypes and, oh, they look like this, or they, this is the type. And then I'm looking at myself and I'm like, I don't fit into any of that shit. So it's like, what the fuck would anybody like, and it sounds so horrible. And I even just saying it out of my mouth, it's like, ooh, why would you say that to yourself? Why would you talk to yourself like that? But it's like, I don't look like that, and I don't get it. I don't see why, what would this person see in me? What would that person see? Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't get it. What are they, like, I'm seeing myself in this way because I see myself every day. Like, okay, I know I'm cute. Okay, yeah, I'm cute. I get nice and stuff like that, and I have like unique style, but it's just like, well, in comparison to this is what the world says is beautiful. This is what gets all of the attention. This is, you know, this seems to be what's it. So I don't understand. I don't get it. Um, but believe that there is someone for everyone, and the fact that you are your unique self, your own unique self. The versatility card is at the bottom of the deck with this fairy oracle I'm using. It's just, that's what this person finds beautiful about you, and I guarantee that's what you find beautiful about them, in spite of it. I get the opposite of like two spectrums where someone feels like they're not enough and where someone feels like they're too much. Like, where one person feels like they're not attractive enough or they don't have something enough and someone could do better, whereas another person could be feeling like, well, maybe, people just think I'm just superficial because of my looks, or you know what I mean, or they just see them, people just see me as just being beautiful, or they just see me as someone that's handsome, or just they don't see the core self, right? But you guys see the core self of each other. And there's this duality, there's this opposite, there's this divine complementary energy. And that's what is transformative here too. I hope I'm making sense. But like, Spirit's like, you better let this love in, because child, this is healing. This is beautiful. And even with the trigger, like, it's healing you. The trigger here, I feel like this is rooted in like childhood stuff as well. Like, maybe you were told, like, you only got compliments on your beauty or your athleticism or something like superficial. And then for some of you, maybe you were like teased a lot for being different, or the Little Mermaid. Yeah, it's like you want to be a part of something different, like that's the thing that it's 4:44 a.m. here, 4:44 a.m. That's the thing that draws the two of you together, because you're from two different worlds. Like, Ariel is like, I want to be where the people are. Like, I'm a mermaid. I want to be where the people's at. I want to see them dancing. Like, I want to get jiggy. I want to turn up too. I want to get off these fins. I want some feet. I want to dance. Okay. And it's like a different experience, like yearning for that. And, Eric was drawn to Ariel's voice. Like, so it's something that is unseen. It's not with your two eyes, it's with your heart. SWV, use your heart and not your mind. Yes, use your mind, like, as far as like being grounded, but don't be so hard-headed and stubborn and so fixated on like the specifics of things. And I have to mention the sexuality. I don't know if I can say it, but the sensual, sexual, adult things, where some of you guys might be like, oh, well, this person probably has slept with so many different people, or what if this man was better in bed, or what if this woman was better in bed than me, blah, 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 or they've had all these freaky experiences. And one of my good, my sisters, she was saying like, I don't know, like, I'm not that experienced, and I wonder if my person is like, are they gonna, be okay with that, and like trust me, like, it's not so much like, yeah, all that other stuff is cool, like the experience, the freaky shit you done did, you didn't have some experiences, you probably had some demon dick, you probably had some head monsters out there, okay, but nothing compares to the the soul exchange that you'll have with your person in that intimate way. It's going to be beyond all of the freaky shit. It's going to be beyond like the physical things. It's going to be all of that combined, plus the connection, plus that that soul exchange, like it's gonna blow your mind. So to think that, like, if they thought they had the best sex ever based off of some freaky shit, like this person could do this with their tongue, could this person like flipped it and did this and did that, child, I feel like you need to know. You need to know this. Like, it's going to be way better than that. I'm telling you. I'm telling you right now, okay? That motherfucker right there, in this case, it's real, okay? It is real. Yeah, this is like the boogeyman. Like, there's something that's trying to get you. It's within the self. Like, you have to face that part of yourself that, because spirit is shedding light on these things, these complexes, these insecurities for a reason, because this is something that's trying to like get you to run. I want to say from your destiny, but let me, before I speak that out of my mouth, the Page of Cups. This Page of Cups, he's walking and this rabbit is like about to tie his feet up with this red string of fate, and we don't see where the other red string, like the other end of it, is coming from. So there's something, a divine fated energy here that some of you guys, you don't see, you don't realize. It's like Alice in Wonderland, like you're going down that rabbit hole, and I'm not saying to go crazy, because y'all, okay, it's like spirit, it's like there's too much holding your energy back. And spirit, you know what, divine spirit, I know, I hear you, yeah, it's like you're not this, some of y'all think y'all shy. You're not shy. It's like Beyonce. Remember how she was saying about the Sasha Fierce? Like, I'm not saying that you got to have an alter ego, but like how she was saying, she's Sasha Fierce is something else. Like, she's typically strong, and then she corrected herself. She's like, no, I'm not really shy. I'm more reserved. So you might like kind of hold your, like, some parts of your energy, like the essence of you, and some of these things are like very valuable, like dope aspects about you that you kind of like, you're being a little stingy, being a little stingy. Give some of that to the homeless. There's people out here that's homeless. They need to experience your energy and not like to take from you. It's just, there's something about you, like you're like a fiery energy, like you're, and I feel like this connection could help bring some of that out. It's like a volcano, or your person, or you're going to help your person bring this out of them. Take it as it resonates. Bippity boppity boo with the magician. Hey, fairy godmother. I've been talking about Cinderella. So this is definitely confirmation with the Ace of Cups. Within the Chinese New Year, I think it's like in February, right? Early February. I'm hearing to go out and celebrate something here. So you guys could be a dragon, or the year of the dragon. For a lot of you guys resonate with the totem of the dragon. I know I do. The Chinese dragon specifically, but some of you guys like the mystical dragons as well. Dungeons and Dragons and shit like that. You guys, I feel like there's something about this year where you're about to be transformed, and like your spiritual team is about to show up and show out. There could be like a significant event. It could be something with Chinese New Year, like a celebration, but it doesn't have to be. For some of you guys, like if you're a dragon, Chinese zodiac drag, this is your year. Congratulations. um, Now I'm hearing that song. I think it's Drake and Nicki Minaj, or Nicki Minaj and Drake, whatever. Moment for life. This is my moment. I waited all my life. I can tell it's time. Drifting away, I'm one with the sunset. I have become alive. I wish that I could have this moment for life. I ain't singing no more. That's a mess. But yeah, this is, we should have this moment for life. Yes, there's a transformative energy. Like, I feel it's more so, let's not externalize it too much. I feel like this is an awakening of you. like you becoming alive within yourself. Okay, 𝗲𝗍𝗃 energy too. Nothing could hold Ariel back from going up there and getting what she needs, but she tried to sell her soul, and Spirit's not saying you don't have to forfeit any part of yourself. There's something that's already calling you higher, and the fear sometimes can be so great, but you have to face that fear head on, because on the other side of it is where you're supposed to be. You got to ask, why is a pushback? Because that pushback is keeping you from reaching that level that you're meant to reach. And you got to trust divine spirit and divine time. Trust the spirit has a better plan than what you can see. And when it comes to your divine connection, you may feel like, is it ever going to happen for me? Am I ever going to meet my person? Or is things ever going to happen, any kind of way, whatever that looks like for you? And spirit is saying, yes, all you have to do is really trust in fate and destiny, as long as you show up in the way that you're divinely called to. Sometimes we get disappointed by the plans that we make, because our plans that we make may be out of bounds and not in alignment with what's of our highest and greatest good, and it's far better for us. So it's like when we go with the flow of the universe, like things just happen in this divine magical way that we couldn't even think for it to happen. All we have to do is just really show up in whatever way we're called to, because sometimes we can miss that beautiful, juicy moment. Not to say that it will never come around again, but it's like there might be things that have to kind of get you into that energy, that vibration, and like it might be a little bit more challenging, versus where it's like the energy is just right. They call it Kairos timing, where it's just like the perfect time. Like it's like this door, this like you gotta act on it. Like you gotta be there by 12 midnight. Otherwise, like the shit is just like, So there could be some things where you want to sit things out, or you want to like skip out on the situation, or you want to run from a connection because of your fear. And spirit is saying, no, this is something that is never, I feel like this type of connection, this type of love, this type of experience, or what you're about to experience, it does not happen to people every day. You think that, oh, it's just, oh, everybody. No. Some people do not allow themselves or make themselves available to even experience any type of level of pure love. Some people just settle for the mundane, settle for the, it's okay, or as long as I'm married, and they're not really happy, or that just as long as I'm with somebody, because I don't want to be lonely, or because this person looks good, or or I just want money. Some people never allow themselves to even have this. So the fact that your soul is like, no, honey, we coming, let's go. And the part of you, that fear, that ego, or that little girl, that little boy that's like, no, rejecting yourself, because you're preparing yourself for someone else to reject you. So you're trying to reject yourself, or you think this is not real, or this person, or no one could ever really love me in this way that I truly desire. And that is keeping you from experiencing the love that is meant for you. Okay. I'm still shooketh that I sung that Nicki Minaj. It was cringy, but okay, if you sat through it, okay. I could have just did Dungeon Dragon, whatever that song is, where she was like, I ain't gonna do it because that would sound ridiculous. But I almost sung that. But I think that's the whole dragon reference. So some of you dragons resonate with you. But yeah, there's something magical about this energy. That when I hear that song, it gives me chills. Like the Nicki Minaj parts, at least. When I hear, and I don't really like, not, I wouldn't say I'm a Nicki Minaj fan. Like I like some of her music, yes, okay, but something about that song, like when I hear it, it gives me chills. Specifically, like like her first verses, and then the little, the part that I sung that was cringy, but that, um, mm, yeah, those. those messages I feel like will pertain to whoever it's meant for. And ooh, it's just flowing. Goodness, I didn't want this to be long. But I'm also hearing the land of milk and honey. Like there's an overflow here. Like this is a divine connection coming in for you where that is already been presented to you. I'm going to pull one more from this Aphrodite love deck because it was like spirit was saying, are you going to let love in? Like, are you going to let it in? Or are you going to energy healing? It says, my dear child, I see that your energy is out of balance. Now is the time to clear your space, open the windows, take a salt bath, burn some incense, or give yourself an energy clearing session. You will feel more balanced and energized afterwards. So your spiritual team is saying, like, you got to do some healing work, baby. Okay, you got the soulmate card at the bottom of the deck. The sisterhood card at the top of the deck. Some of you guys lean on your sister-in, your brother-in. Okay, it says, now is the time to seek the company of like-minded people. It can be difficult to make the right friends when you exude beautiful energy, as some people may react strangely to you because of their insecurities. Some of you guys, yes, like again, like you might have people that treat you away because maybe you're what people would deem as attractive or beautiful, and you feel like, well, people just see me, and this person sees you, or you see each other. Take it as it resonates. The soulmate, my beautiful child. It seems that this person is your soulmate. Enjoy this connection and the passion it brings. Do not be afraid to explore and experience this connection. This is a deep spiritual love. I'm going to leave this card out because y'all over here playing and spirit's not playing. Okay? Spirit's not playing. I get it, spirit. Like, trust me, like, I get it. Maybe not to the fullest. Let me not say that because my spiritual team, knowing that they will test me, God will test me, be like, oh, you get it, huh? Oh, let's see. Yeah, we gonna see. No, y'all ain't gotta do that to me. It's all good. Like, give me a break. Like, it's only the beginning of the year and I'm already just like, spirit, stop. Like, stop playing, spirit. Hey, don't do that. That's kind of how I feel. Why am I so energized and so hyped? It's like almost 5 a.m. here. Like, what's wrong with me? Anyway, happy Friday, happy Venus Day. Much love as always. And whenever you're watching this, I hope you enjoy this. Like this video if it genuinely resonates. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, hit me up. I would greatly appreciate it. Much love. Peace.